This is not financial advice, not legal advice for entertainment, educational purposes only, and anything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. Double check you subscribe to the channel. Double check your notifications are on. And if you hit that like button, double check that it's working properly, because these bad actors are doing everything in their power to suppress the channel, because they don't want more people becoming aware of all the fraud and corruption in the United States stock market. Listen, how many times have I given y'all the example that synthetic car titles would be illegal? How many times have I used that example? I said, they call it synthetic shares because it minimizes the criminality in the transaction. Okay? What they're selling us is counterfeit shares. If it was synthetic car titles, it would be a crime. If it was synthetic property deeds, it would be a crime. If it was synthetic Gucci bags, it would be a crime. And here we have the FBI investigating an exotic car dealership. And guess what this car dealership was doing? They were taking one vehicle and selling this one vehicle to multiple people. That's the same thing that these criminals have been doing to retail investors, pension funds, and institutions that follow the rules for years. They take one stock and take this one stock and sell it to multiple different people. Yet somehow the DOJ, the FBI, the SEC sees no problem with that, when the bad actors are the 1%ers who are selling the same stock over and over and over again to retail investors, pension funds, and institutions that follow the rules. But now that this car dealership is doing the same thing that they do to us in the stock market, all of a sudden the FBI has a full-blown investigation, because these guys are taking one car and selling it to multiple people. Why does the same type of criminality be investigated when the victims are 1%ers, but when that same type of crime is going on in the stock market, the FBI is silent, the DOJ is silent, the SEC is silent? The bottom line is this: you cannot take something and sell it to multiple people. It is a crime. Okay? It is a crime to have one car and create multiple titles and sell that car to multiple different people and just not deliver the car. They do it in the stock market every day. They give us stock certificates, or they credit our account with stocks that they know they will never able to deliver. They have the FTDs. They send them overseas to make them disappear. Yet the FBI chooses not to investigate. And you know why? Because the majority of the victims of these crimes are retail investors, pension funds, and institutions that follow the rules. As soon as they start doing it and the 1%ers become the victims, there's a big FBI investigation into selling something to multiple different people. But when they do it in the stock market to retail investors, the FBI doesn't see any criminality in the transaction. And once again, I have to ask you guys, if I sold you a synthetic Gucci bag, what would you call it? You would call it a counterfeit. If I sold you a synthetic car title, what would you call it? You would call it counterfeit. And if I sold you a synthetic property deed, what would you call it? You would call it counterfeit, and law enforcement would be doing an investigation and people would be indicted. Just like what's happening with this FBI investigation. But somehow they can sell synthetic or counterfeit AMC, GME, NWBO, MULN shares, and the FBI sees absolutely nothing that requires an investigation. Anyway, have a great day. God bless, and I appreciate y'all on this journey with me.